I'm finally ready to talk about this. And it's been a journey. And I went to a trip on New York and I realized that I haven't been as vulnerable as I should be with my story. And I had some amazing mentors and people that I met in New York that encouraged me to start this live. So, this is the reason why you're seeing this. This is the first episode. Hi, people on Instagram. Hi, everyone else. This is the first episode of Protect Kids Online Livestream. We're going to be meeting every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay. Thank you for the hearts. I started a little bit late today because you know what? This stuff happens, okay? But without further ado, I'm going to play the intro of the show and then we're going to go into my story and what happened to me as a kid and why I care so much about protecting your kids online. And I don't think that we'll be able to get through this without me crying. So, yeah, let's go. Welcome to the Protect Kids Online livestream. I'm Cyber Frida. I have a background in cybersecurity awareness, threat intelligence, online gaming, and other nerdy stuff. I've taken my gaming experiences and professional background to help parents like you protect their children online. I'm known as an award-winning Forbes 30 Under 30 internet safety expert, and I've been in some places on the internet and beyond that you may recognize. So, without further ado, let's talk. 3, 2, 1. So on Sunday, I sent out an email or what I like to call letters to the parents. It was like about 6,000 parents that are on my email list. And I wrote a letter talking about why I care so much about protecting kids online. And I decided to read it out loud to you. And I'm already about to start crying, but okay. Okay. So I'm going to read it out loud. I'm going to look down at my screen and you're going to experience what they experienced. Okay. This is the most vulnerable I've ever written you. Hence the very real tears as I write you this, or as I speak this today. Because today I'm reminded of the little me that sat behind a screen, paralyzed in a sea of shame and confusion. No one could have ever prepared me for my gaming experiences to turn into unwanted sexual advances as a child. And dealing with that was very hard to make sense of. I didn't want to tell my parents what had happened because I felt that the one thing that brought me joy and belonging would be taken away. At this time, my best friends had moved away to a different country and I had no siblings to turn to. Gaming was the one place I felt accepted where I could have fun outside of reading books. There was no way I would risk telling my parents that sometimes gaming, as a girl especially, really sucked. Because what if they took the game away? I couldn't let that happen. So I didn't say anything, especially because months before this incident, my mother made me promise to not speak to strangers online. And I didn't listen to her because I felt that strategy based online games required communication. And I loved talking to people because people are pretty interesting to get to know. I still agree with my sentiments back then, but damn, did she have a point? I suppose you can say that those sucky gaming experiences are what fuels my passion today. I didn't know that then, though, because I felt like a fraud. I was the golden child. I was a child all the mothers wanted their kids to be like. Mothers often came to me when their kids didn't listen to them and when they wanted my perspective. Nothing has really changed, huh? Low. But in all seriousness, being a golden child while also being sneaky online was a very interesting double life to live. This double life would be interesting to unpack with you one day if you think it would be valuable. So you can let me know in the comments if you want to hear that story about living a double life online. But this double life era, combined with my professional cybersecurity background, created an internal force to be reckoned with because it fuels my want for your child to truly experience the beauty of life online and offline. They should have joyous and innocent experiences that don't compromise their heart and soul. That's what all children deserve. That's what the little me behind that screen deserved. I want to create a community with you and other parents. Thank you for the comments. with other parents to help protect your child's joy and safety online. I wholeheartedly believe that a community we create together is the natural next step for me. And a mentor of mine that I said in the beginning of the video in New York suggested naming our community Protect Kids Online Movement. So feel free to let me know in the comments whether you're on Instagram, you're on YouTube, you're on Facebook, whatever page, if you like the name, if the name resonates with you. I haven't talked much about this movement idea because I was scared, to be perfectly honest with you. The first iteration of this movement was the Safe Kids movement. You may be familiar with it because I talked about it just a little bit, but not much. And the reason why is because something wasn't sitting right with me, and I believe it was because I wasn't being true to myself. What I really wanted to do when it was all said and done was create a community with you. I want to use my story, the little snippet. Thank you. I'm so happy you love the name. I wanted to use my story, the little snippet that you just heard. That was a lot for me to write because I was like, oh my God, I never talked about that. But I want to use my story and others' stories, whether it's your story, your child's story, to drive a collective effort towards your child's internet safety. I want the little girl inside of me to rest in purpose, in belonging, in community, and love. And I don't want one more child to sit behind a screen paralyzed in a sea of shame and confusion without knowing a way out. When I really think about it, the younger me is the one pushing me for this movement to happen. So if the Protect Kids Online movement resonates with you, let's create this community together. Let's truly transform hundreds, thousands, and millions of kids behind the screen. Most importantly, let's band together for your children and for the little wounded child that lives within all of us. And if you want to join the movement, thank you so much, Alexi Lady. I can't see the comments on StreamYard right now. Melina, oh, thank you. You're absolutely amazing. Thank you for tagging people. Oh, I love you all. Thank you so much. If you want to join the movement, then let me know. I'm opening up the community. I want to create it with you. I want it to be something that you're a part of and that we create together. I started it already. It's not perfect. Let me just continue reading the email that I wrote so I can explain it. And then and then I'll share the thing. So I said, if you want to, once you're in, I want to speak with you about what you see in your own community, the experiences your children have had, the experiences you had online. I want to figure out ways that we can band together to protect more children online. My goal is to build the most impactful community of parents protecting children online. And for the next few weeks, I want to welcome about 80 parents into this community. I want us to meet monthly. I want us to share resources. If there's something going on in your community that we can all talk together. I already made the Facebook group. We have 8 people in the Facebook group, and I want to welcome whatever 80 minus 8 is. So at the end of March, I want to have 80 people. Melina Thomas says, you're on board. If you're on board and you want to learn more about the movement, let me know. Rima says, I love the name. Yes. Oh, I should be putting the comments here. And then thank you so much for tagging people. Feel free to keep tagging. Rima says, I love the name, especially as a dyslexia interventionist. I feel so protective of my kiddos who suffer both in life and school. Oh my God. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for what you do. I absolutely love your name. You're so appreciated, Rima. Thank you so much. And I want to look at the Instagram one. Oh, you're also amazing. BK Mama says the movement sounds too close to this company, protectuskids.org. Oh, well, let me look into their company. Thank you so much for sharing that. I will screenshot that. Thank you. Yes, please. This is amazing. Thank you for being vulnerable. Oh, it's my pleasure always. Love the work you're doing. Keep it up. Thank you, BK Mama. I want to learn more, and I love the name too. Oh, if you're on board and you want to join, the movement is $27 a month, and we're going to meet monthly. We'll have like one-on-one phone calls. We'll have a group chat that we're all a part of. We'll have a Facebook group that we're a part of. And if you can join the movement, feel free. The movement is Protect protectyourchildonline.com. If you're on the Facebook portal, go to protectyourchildonline.com. If you're on Instagram, all you have to do is type in PKOM. And I remember some of the responses that I got from parents. A lot of them were like, yes, let's go. We're joining in. And then some of them were like, I can't join in right now, but I'm still willing to follow along and hear your story and hear other people's story. So if you're already following me on Instagram or on YouTube or whatever it is, we're going to talk a lot more about protecting kids online. We're going to share a lot more resources. And this live is a way for me to connect with you and to connect with other parents. We're doing it every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So this is like a live that you can put on your, thank you for the hearts. This is a live that you can put on your schedule. And then that's something that we're going to keep doing. But if you want to join the movement, like officially where we band together and we have chats, just yesterday, asked some of you what you wanted to be a part of the movement. Let me pull that up. And I'm going to read what you said, and that's what we're going to have as a part of the movement as well. Remember, this is something we're building together. So one thing that we decided was it's going to be a network of parents communicating together. This is something where you're going to have teaming up with like child. Oh, thank you, Monika. I really appreciate you. We're teaming up with child and family therapists, people who are experts in communication with you and your teen, understanding how to coach yourself through difficult conversations, talking about resources and tips and discussions about how to find appropriate content on social media. We'll be talking about ways to help parents or teens communicate together, ways that we can understand different things like internet safety and security. And then someone said this amazing thing, which I absolutely love, which is exactly what the community is, a judgment-free place where we can discuss certain dangers of different apps and games. So if you're on Instagram and you want to join in, just type PKOM in the comments. I'm pinning that on Instagram. And if you're on Facebook, just go to protectyourchildonline.com and you'll see more about the movement. And then you can join in there. And then once you're in, we can have our first phone call about ways that you can protect your child online. So for everyone who's here, I will love to know, and no one has to like tell your story. You don't have to tell your story or tell your business as a family. It took me a long time to get to the point to tell my story online. Most of you just seen my background in cybersecurity awareness, threat intelligence, online gaming. It was like, oh yeah, she just popped up in the online sphere and decided to talk about internet safety. But it's obviously, like we talked about today, we went through today, deeper than just, the cybersecurity background, the online gaming background, the amazing, awesome things that happened when I was a child, but also some of the traumatic things. And the experience being in the cybersecurity field all helps with this. However, it's my heart and soul that's within this. So I want to create this with you. So I'm going to pause before, and for everyone who put PKOM in the chat on Instagram, you will get a link to join in. And for the first 100 parents who join in the Protect Kids Online movement, we'll have like a one-on-one phone call and we'll talk about ways that you can protect your kids online. So you can tell me like, what's the top thing you're struggling with? And then we can go through that. And I'm going to ask you a couple of questions because I want to get to know you better, because my mission is to make sure that more parents understand internet safety and security, are able to protect your child online, but also build strong parent-child bonds. And if you see me moving, I'm just moving through screens and I'm not ignoring you. Melina says, I'm also a teacher and a mom. That is an amazing combination. I'm so happy you're here. And thank you so much for tagging other people. Feel free to tag other people. And so that is what the Protect Kids Online movement is about. The official movement is the $27 a month or $270 a year. That's where I'm in there actively helping you and your community to protect your kids online. This is also great if you have a parenting group, or you have a group of parents where you come together and you want someone to speak about internet safety and security, but you may not be able to have me come on and do a webinar. That's the best way because we're all in a group. And so we can all continuously talk about internet safety and security. So if you're interested, just go to protectyourchildonline.com or PKOM like everyone has done. Okay, so let me know what you would like to be a part of the community. I talked about what it is. I talked about why I started it, but I want to know from your own words as a parent, as a teacher, right? What would you like What would you find valuable to be a part of this community? Because again, I'm creating it with you. I'm not creating it alone. And I want to make sure that it is exactly what you are looking for in many different ways. I mean, a lot of people already thought it was what they're looking for, but I want to know what you want to get out of a community of parents. So again, the question is, we're building a community of parents to help each other protect your children online. And I'm going to be there moving, facilitating the movement, hosting the movement so that we can all understand internet safety together. So what would you like as a part of the movement? Are there any experts you want me to bring on? Are there any type of meetings that you want? Are any subjects that you would find most helpful? What would you like to see? I gave examples before of what other people said, but I'll pause to see if you have anything else that you want to add. And while I wait for you all to type whatever you want to type, one of the parents in my Instagram live, she said that she wanted to know how to protect her children from seeing inappropriate content or just content that they're not ready for outside of her home. So things like, okay, you have a parental monitoring device, you have a parental control, not monitoring device, but you have something that monitors your kids online, or you have some parental control stuff, but you want a little bit more, you want to understand exactly how to protect your child when they're seeing content on TikTok or YouTube that's outside of the house. Belina says, I would love to find like-minded parents to connect with in real life. Oh my God. That's another thing. Thank you so much for reminding me, Melina. That's also part of the Protect Kids Online movement. So for everyone who joins in the movement, what I want to start doing is doing real life events where we come together and we talk about internet safety and security, but not only just talk about it, but I want to have some companies sponsor workshop sessions where we work together to actually put safety on your child's devices and your child's online accounts so that you don't have to worry about, am I doing enough? What am I doing? How do I start? Where do I begin? All of those questions that you have, all those worries that you have, what is your child doing online, that type of stuff. I want to do in-person workshops, and I have things planned for this year, but that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. But one of the parts of Protect Kids Online movement is that we meet virtually. So sometimes we may not be able to meet in person. That's fine, but I want to do at least once or twice a year we meet in person for everyone who's officially a part of the Protect Kids Online movement. And so thank you so much for saying that, Melina. I'm going to write that down as well so that I have that here. Anyone else have anything that you would like to see a part of a community of parents working to protect kids online? I'm going to write this down. This is also obviously my very casual live, even though the beginning wasn't that casual. I would love to find like-minded parents to connect with in real life. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm absolutely going to, that's something that we're doing. That is something that we're doing. Someone else mentioned yesterday having like ambassadors. And so if you're like a leader in your community and you know that you have parents in your community that are worried about their child's online activities, which I believe is every parent ever in the history of ever. But if it's a subject that keeps coming up and you want someone who has expertise to guide the parents in your community, the protectyourchildonline.com is for that as well. It's just that every parent who's interested can join as a part of your community. They can join the the protectyourchildonline.com. And they can join the Protect Your Kids Online movement, basically. That's the little thing. You all can't see it on Instagram, but there is a little logo on the screen. I don't know if you can see that, to be honest. But anyways, for everyone else here, you'll see that. Legacy Lady 868 says, maybe basic instructions on internet security or step-by-step any ANCs and 123s. Love that. Love that, Legacy. That's also a part of the movement. So when you go to protectyourchildsonline.com, there will be a portal and you'll see some videos on that as well. I'm updating everything but we are going to talk about that. I'm thinking of doing a challenge, like a 3-day challenge on protecting your kids on Instagram. Is that something you're interested in? Say yes or no in the comments. And I'm gonna, as I'm waiting, I'm gonna put Legacy Ladies comments. I said yes, 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 yes. Okay. Okay. I'm seeing yes. Okay. So then, and this is on Instagram. So then that's what we'll do. I have it planned. It's a 3-day challenge. Is 3 days good, or do you feel like you need more days, or do you want less days for a 3-day challenge? Are you familiar with what a 3-day challenge is, what it looks like? If not, say no. Because if anyone's not familiar, then I will explain what I mean by a 3-day challenge. I don't see any comments on it, so I'm assuming everyone's clear. But in case someone's watching the replay, hey, replay viewers, and you're not clear on what a challenge is, it's basically 3 days where I see one no. It is 3 days where you take like 5-10 minutes out of your schedule to do one thing to add something into your life. So for my challenge, all I talk about is protecting your child online. So I would say, here's step 1 on protecting your child on Instagram. And then day 2, you'll get an email that says, here's step 2 about how to protect your kids online. Then day 3, I'll say, here's step 3 on protecting your kids online. And it's like one little action that won't take you more than 10 minutes to do for 3 days straight. That is what the Protect Kids Online challenge would be. Is that still interesting to you? Because I just saw 3 no's, 4 no's. So I'm assuming most people did not know what a challenge was. So is it more clear now? And if it is not, please let me know and I will explain it in a more clear manner. So I'm looking at my schedule and I was thinking of doing the challenge the first week of April. I think 3 days is perfect. Okay, good. So I see that 3 days is perfect for an internet safety challenge, and Instagram seems like a good platform to do the challenge on. So it's going to be very, very simple. Yes, clear. Okay, good. Yay! It's going to be very simple, straightforward, to the point. It's like just to get some action going so that we have something so you can feel like, oh, I did something. It's a really, really good to give yourself a pat on the back to know that we're moving forward. Okay, good. It's more clear. We're moving forward with protecting your kids online. So that's something that I'm planning on for the first week of April. I don't want you to miss any live streams that I do in the future. So I'm going to put, if you want to get reminders when I go live, then go to textcyberfarida.com, and people on Instagram, I'm going to add this to the chat, but go to textcyberfarida.com, and then when the text pulls up, message me PKO, that's Protect Kids Online Live. So go to textcyberfarida.com, and then text me PKO live. Okay, I think I wrote that right. I love this. Tiffany says, I love this challenge. Yay! I'm so happy. Love it, Tiffany. Yes, I'm excited to do it. It'll be for 3 days, beginning of April. I would do it earlier, but I have to plan for that type of stuff. It takes a bit. So if you want to know when I go live, every time I go live, so you don't miss it, we're going to talk about many different subjects. So this was just the opening of it to tell you why I care so much about internet safety for your kids. Let me put it here to talk about why I care so much about internet safety for your kids, and to give you like a perspective on what I'm doing and why I am doing it. But for the other lives that we do, it is going to be very targeted. So we're going to talk about TikTok safety, Instagram safety, social media safety, gaming safety, Roblox safety. We're going to talk about new rules that are coming in, new laws that are coming in, how a certain celebrity protects their kids online, different types of things that are interests for many people, but also for parents as well. So it's going to be many different topics. And if you are familiar with some of the content I made, yep, it is textcyberfarida.com. And then once you Go into techcyberfreedom.com. You'll get like a pop-up and just message me PKO live. PKO live. And that's two different words. PKO live. That's my little phone right here because I'm going live on Instagram. Instagram, this is the studio where everything is happening. Okay? That's what's going on. So we're live on different platforms because I want to make sure that everyone is getting the live. So I'm going to pause. Do you have any questions about protecting your kids online before we go? Any question at all? Any subject? Anything that you've seen happen in your own community, with your own friends, with your own family, that type of stuff? Let me know. Hey, Zanette, how are you? Zanette is an awesome cybersecurity expert. Oh, do you want me to bring like other experts in these lives? In the Protect Kids Online live? Hey, Zanette. So I'm doing every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm going to do Protect Kids Online live. Do you want to be a guest one day? She has a book. She has a book on protecting kids online, by the way. I'm like, I just moved and I'm trying to find the book and where I put it. But let me know if you want to be. Okay, you said, oh, let's do it. Okay, great. What other experts do you want me to bring on this type of live? It's most likely not always going to be experts, but I do want to do something like that every now and then. I think that would be really cool. Next Tuesday? Can I do next Tuesday? What's next Tuesday? I mean, I'm going to do next Tuesday. Yeah, let's do next Tuesday. Okay, so for anyone who's not familiar, I have another cybersecurity expert who just joined the live. What would you like us to talk about? We can just pick a subject. Zenit, what do you think we should talk about? We can just pick a subject, but I want to know from you, what would you actually like to see? So I'll wait a second to see if there's anything you say in the chat, because we have two people who know a lot about internet safety and security. She's amazing, and she wrote a book about protecting your kids online. I don't see anything. Zanette, are you still here? Are you still here? Let me know what subject you think we should do, and I'll message her a little bit later about the subject. But anyways, so this was going to be a short live. Oh, kids online general safety. Okay, good. I like it. General safety for kids online. Is everyone okay? Good with that? We'll talk about how to, hey, Perfumes and Bottle, how to prevent porn for teenagers. Are you comfortable with talking about how to prevent porn for teenagers, like how to block pornography websites, how to have that conversation, that type of thing? Online general safety. Hey. Tiffany says safety on human sex trafficking. Got it. I like that as well. We can talk about that. You said not really. Okay, that's totally fine. I did, for anyone who's looking to understand how to protect your child from human trafficking and sex trafficking, I did a collaboration with a company called love146.org, and they have amazing resources. Basics of cybersecurity for kids. Got it. I like it. Basics of cybersecurity for kids. And I highly suggest that you go to my Instagram and you check out their video. So I'm at Cyberfrida everywhere. And if you go to my Instagram at Cyberfrida, there's my name right there. If you scroll down, it says child trafficking red flags. And there's another video next to it. go there, and those are really good examples of how to protect your kids from sex trafficking. And then go to love146.org's website, and they have a lot of resources on how to talk to your teens and how to talk to your kids, specifically exactly what to tell them, what to ask, and how to have the conversation about staying safe from predators. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much for being here. And so that's a great resource. I partner with them. They're a great company. I highly suggest that you go to them. If you, for whatever reason, can't find that video, just message me and be like, hey, Farida, you said that you did a partnership with a company that helps prevent Love 146. Love 146. My pleasure. It's Love 146. If you Google Love 146, you should find them. And if you can't find them, again, message me and just say, you did a partnership with a company that helps prevent child trafficking. Can you give me their information? And they have an Instagram page as well. They obviously have a website. They have a YouTube channel. But I highly suggest going to their website. They have a great webinar on this. My pleasure. They have a great webinar on this. They have a lot of resources. And I specifically was showcasing a lot of their materials that can help you have that really difficult conversation with your kids. The reason why I love their resource is because it is very easy to consume. It makes sense, and it gives you actionable things to do as a parent and things to actually say to your child so that they know how to protect themselves from predators or anyone who is trying to get their information. So let me put PKOM back here. So this is an example. Yay! So glad you found it. So glad you found it. That's an example of some of the things we'll do at Protect Kids Online movement. So if you go to protectyourchildonline.com, you'll see the link to join us there. Any other questions? Or I don't know if that was a question. Well, I just made it into a thing. Any other questions about protecting your kids online? Please let me know. Again, I'm opening up the community so that we can create this together. It's very like free, not free for all, like not freestanding. What's the term that I want to say? It's like open, right? It's whatever you want it to be, that's what it's going to be, and we're creating it together. So I'm very, very excited. I'm excited to have these like monthly calls. I'm excited to have like sharing resources, a non-judgmental safe space for us to talk about internet safety. And thank you so much for spending much of your awesome, amazing time with me here. This is the first of many, 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 many lives. If this is your first time catching me live, I am Cyber Farida. I'm an award-winning Forbes 30 under 30 internet safety expert with a mission to help you protect your children online while building a strong parent-child bond. If you know a parent that would benefit from the type of information or type of topic we're talking about today, internet safety for your kids, then tag them. And until next time, bye.